it is only Peter Obi and my principal Rabi Musa Kwankwanso that have organic followers that are not induced by anything rather than the fact that their individual aspirations lies also in the belief of the ability and the competencies of those leaders to deliver Nigerian, and also their track record also has proven that they are together with the masses. And I believe at this point, to me, this is not actually the conversation that we should be actually talking about. My principal has made it very clear to us that we are going into that coalition simply because the sole intention is to make sure that we have forged together.
We would like for you to be more specific.
Democracy.
Are you rejecting the position? Are you rejecting the specific points made by the vice president about his popularity? Are you saying that Kwankwanso is more popular than Atiku across the north? Is that your position?
Well, I think I have done justice to that question because I told you, if you talk of the figure he's saying, well, it's true. He has contested under a platform of PDP, much more organized political party, where he has the support of the governors and support of several other people. You understand? Yes. Which you cannot actually deduce his own or votes that are accrued to him due to his own popularity. You understand? And those votes that are accrued from the elite consensus and support from other broad-based politicians that are within the same fold there. And I'm giving you also another scenario where Peter Obi and Kwankwanso stood on their own and become synonymous to the party they so joined, you understand, because of their personal popularity, and make an impact in an election where nobody gives them the chance. And
the opposition space in Nigeria is about to get a whole lot more interesting, because right now a major political declaration has just dropped, and it is shaking things up from Kano to Anambra, from Abuja to the corridors of ADC. The Kwankwanso movement has fired a direct shot at Atiku Abubakar, telling him plainly, your supporters are not organic. And they are not stopping there. They are backing one alliance, and one alliance only, as the path to defeating Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. The Obi-Kwankwanso ticket. Let's break this down. Speaking on Trust TV, the spokesperson of the Kwankwanso movement, Honorable Habib Mailemo, did not come to play politics. He came to play chess. He made it clear that only Peter Obi and his principal, Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso, have what he described as organic followers, supporters not induced by anything, whose aspirations align with belief in the competence and proven track records of their leaders. That is a surgical statement, because what Malemi is essentially telling Atiku is this: your crowd did not come for you, they came for the PDP machinery behind you. And he backed it up. He argued that much of Atiku's past electoral success was tied to party structures, particularly during his time with the People's Democratic Party, where he had the backing of governors and an entrenched political system. He said Atiku cannot solely attribute those votes to personal popularity, given the elite consensus and broad political support that existed within that fold at the time. That is not just a talking point. This is a documented political reality. When Atiku ran in 2019 under the PDP, he had 29 PDP governors, their commissioners, their local government chairmen, their ward structures, their money, all working for him. He still lost. When Peter Obi ran in 2023 under a party that had barely 2 weeks of serious national coordination, he won Lagos. He cracked Abuja. He came third in a race most people did not think he could survive. That is what organic support looks like. The Kwankwanso spokesman drew a sharp contrast, pointing out that both Obi and Kwankwanso stood on their ground and became synonymous with the parties they joined, largely because of their personal popularity. making significant impact in elections where they were not initially considered strong contenders. Think about that for a moment. Kwankwanso walked into the NPP in 2022 and made it a national conversation almost overnight. Peter Obi stepped into the Labour Party and turned it into a movement. These are not men propped by godfathers. These are men who are the movement. And that distinction matters enormously going to 2027. Now, here is where things get even more consequential. According to Ibrahim Abdul Karim, an aide to Peter Obi, engagement between both camps has been consistent and structured rather than informal, with discussions having progressed beyond preliminary contact into coordinated political alignment. Coordinated political alignment. Those are not wars of two men still at the stalking stage. Those are the wars of two camps that have already agreed on something. And what they have agreed on, Abdul Karim insisted that the party should rally behind a joint ticket involving Peter and Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso, pointing to the strength of their grassroots support bases, the Obedient movement and the Kwankwasia movement, arguing that this alliance will present a formidable force capable of mobilizing young voters for the next general election. He also had a pointed message for Atiku. Step aside, he told Atiku, that timing is everything in politics, that this is the time of the South and that age is not on his side, urging him to step back so that his name can be remembered positively by future generations. Brutal, but honest. And this takes us back to the fundamental question that Nigerian opposition politics has been dancing around for years. Can the North and South unite behind a single candidate and actually beat an APC incumbent? The answer, according to Kwankwasia movement, is yes, but only if the ticket is Obi Kwankwaso, not Atiku Obi, not Atiku Kwankwaso, Obi at the top, Kwankwaso as the running mate. South leads, North follows. Obi's camp has firmly insisted that the presidency must return to the South in line with the zoning principles, warning that handing the ticket to a northern candidate could undermine the party's prospect in 2027. The mathematics here are not complicated. In 2023, Tinubu won with roughly 8.8 million votes. Obi got 6.1 million votes. Kwankwaso got 1.5 million. Add those numbers together, assuming even moderate consideration, and you have a figure that should worry the APC deeply. The question has never been whether Nigerians want change. The question has always been whether the opposition can stop splitting the change vote. And right now, the Kwankwasia movement is saying they are ready to stop splitting. They are ready to consolidate. They are ready to put ego aside for the greater mission of rescuing Nigeria. Malemo summed it up clearly. The expectation is that key figures within the coalition, including Atiku, Obi, and Kwankwaso, should come together, understand each other, and conduct a proper analysis of their strengths, because that is the only way they can arrive at a credible position to challenge the ruling government and offer Nigerians a viable alternative. The Obi-Kwankwaso alliance is no longer a rumor. It is taking shape. It is structured. It is coordinated. And if it holds, if Atiku either joins or steps aside, 2027 just became the most competitive presidential election Nigeria has seen in a generation. Tinubu's team is watching this, and they should be worried. Until I see you on the next video, remain blessed. But before I go, if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next video. Remain blessed.